Righty, hello. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy here. And today I'm going to be fitting a fat ZORST to the MX-5. A baby cannon, football cannon, whatever. Got it on eBay, pretty cheap. Everything apart from a manifold, so downpipe, cat of course, definitely a cat, and bat box and all those nice juicy bits that we're going to be enjoying. So hopefully I'll get that done today. I'm going to be doing it on my own because my usual buddy for this sort of thing, Jolyn, is busy today. So it is just me. I might be getting a bit of help from my brother who knows nothing about cars, but I think I could use another pair of hands. And yeah, looking forward to getting started, looking forward to getting it on there, and I want to hear some brap from the MX-5, so hopefully it all goes okay. I also have here the oldest socket set in existence. Sold in fact that the ratchet on these only actually goes one way, only goes I think to the left, to the right. I think they're both different. But I got this for like pennies up at a charity shop, and the current one I have is a little bit newer but a lot more rusty, so I guess I'm just going to show you that I can do it with hopefully awful tools. A bad workman blames his tools, lol. You know, like this shit reminds me of like old school British archive footage. Like, the boys are going to work on the war effort. Good job, boys. So I feel like we should do like a before and after. Get off AP sleeve. There is the exhaust now, looking pretty sorry for itself. That there is fuel spillage from the other day, don't worry about that. Say that, don't worry about that, my parents kill me because the area outside the house is getting progressively more and more dirty. But yeah, this is how it sounds before, and hopefully after it will be 10 times sexier. First thing I'm going to be doing is jacking the car up from the back. I only have 2 axle stands, which I also have to say thank you to Richard for loaning me for the day. So I'm going to have to sort of race one end at a time. Still ill. I'm going to sort of take the exhaust apart from the back box up to the downpipe and do it that way, and then put it on sort of coming back the other way, and hopefully that'll be a good way of doing things. Please, whatever you do, don't use this video as any sort of like instructional video. This is me completely doing it blind. I've never done this before. I've looked at a couple of videos to see if there are any hitches that I'm going to run into, but aside from that, you know, this is a complete amateur effort. So please don't use this as a guide for how to do things, unless it goes right, and in which case it do. Here we are underneath the glorious MX-5, and the first thing you're going to see is a little bit of rust here because MX-5. That's all coming out today, all down there. First bit to do though is this back box, which looks like it's just held in place by a couple of rubber clips, and it's attached somewhere along the line. So where is that attached actually? Okay, well, it's looking like I'm going to have to use some sort of spanner to get at it because I can't get over the bolt with the socket. I found out that there, next to the cat, there is a bolt which pretty much holds this back in. The back box is held in by sort of rubber bushings. That very common to do that nowadays apparently. So I'm going to unbolt it at the cat first and then sort of unhinge it from there. Right, okay, so I've just taken the exhaust off, and obviously you've got to see what it sounds like with no exhaust. It's going to be very loud, Mum, so I mean very loud.
Okay.
So are you prepared for it?
I'm ready.
Isn't that awesome?
That sounds brilliant.
Well, as always with these projects, I seem to have run into a little bit of a snag. I'm trying to get separate the exhaust so I can put it out through the back and sort of get rid of it. But at the moment, I can't take the existing cat off. The bolts are really on there. I've actually just pulled a muscle trying to get them off. So I guess I'm going to have to think of some other solution maybe, or see if I can have one of those gunny things that I definitely don't have. Don't worry, I can hear the cringe. But basically I can't get this out without taking off a bolt down there, which I cannot undo. And I'm not bothered about the back box, as I said before, so I'm just trying to hacksaw it off at the moment. Making a little bit of progress. It's definitely very tiring work. Wish I had a circular saw, but I don't. So this is going to have to do for now. So probably check back in about an hour or so. You can hear I'm knackered as I'm just like sawing away at this. Hopefully it'll be off by then. Oh dear. 4 hacksaw blades later, I finally got through it. Took me a while. Now I can just pull the pipe out the end, which is good. And get to installing a new one finally. And out. Finally. Right, new one. Okay, so we've been in the same sort of stage of this for a while now. What you're seeing here is essentially a very tough gasket. I've been conferring with Mr. Sayers, who seems to know everything about MX-5s, and I thought this was a sign that we weren't going to get the exhaust on, because as it was in the old exhaust, it's sort of slotted over this, but the new exhaust doesn't need that. You can see underneath, you can see sort of a pipe, and then there's like the thing around it, and the thing around it is what I've got to try and get off, and I've been trying to do for the last like 15 minutes now. It's quite difficult. I'm getting there though. I've got a chisel and a mallet, and just keep going, I suppose. Whether I've recorded this bit or not, but what we're going to be doing now is taking out the manifold, exhaust manifold here. Just I've done a couple of bolts earlier. Des has given me a hand again because it requires specific things that I apparently do not possess, in terms of skill, that is. And what we're going to do is get the manifold out. It's connected to the downpipe, which is welded on. We're then going to try and, I don't know, ground off this this weird ass gasket. I don't know what it's going to require. Maybe some sort of power sanding. So I don't really know what we're going to do. But it's better than me under there chipping away with a mallet and a screwdriver. So this is probably the easier way. Well, here we are. I say we because I'm accompanied by Des again. Taking off manifold bits, and they're not proving to be very nice. If you could very briefly describe, Des, what you told me about the bolts, then that'd be good for the people to learn.
Don't do it.
There you go then. That's it. Don't get a mechanic to do it. or a neighbour. Right, so here we are again. At the moment, Des, I say Des and I, mainly Des, is sort of measuring the pipes together. The idea is we're going to try and keep this joint at the end here, because it gives us that's very nice. It gives us a little bit of a give when the car is moving around. So the exhaust isn't just sort of mounted permanently in one place. It can move a little bit, which means that there isn't a lot of pressure on all the welds, and hopefully they'll last a bit longer. The issue that we have at the moment, though, as you can see, is these pipes aren't the same size, so it's going to be a matter of cutting that and putting that on there, and hoping it will be good from there. The manifold round here, as you can see, is, well, we think it's aftermarket. So I'm already got a racing car, essentially. There's a lambda sensor there, we took that out with it. And that was the gasket that I tried to mash up, but will need replacing now because I tried to mash up. So well done, Jimmy, you've done a good job there. Here we are now, just been comparing the exhaust, because we've been worried a little bit that they aren't actually going to match. So we're at the back box here, coming down, coming down, coming down, and you're starting to see the problem here. That's as straight, that bit is. So that would essentially go like that, and you can see how the gap sort of narrows. This is the downpipe that came with for the original manifold, which we don't have. We have an aftermarket manifold apparently, so more boop boops for us. But it looks like we might have to take the bend out of this and apply it to this, because with that bend in, it's a lot better. Hello again. So it's been a couple of days since you last saw me do a video entry on this. Basically, short story is we couldn't get the old manifold and exhaust to match up, and I'm in need of a car very quickly, and I thought, well, might as well do it properly if I'm going to do it at all. So, new manifold. Should be compatible, he says. I actually asked the person who I bought the exhaust off which manifold will be compatible, so hopefully I've done it right this time. Also, you have to excuse me if I'm a bit sort of tired, sluggish, etc. I had a trial work shift, my first time trying to work in the last the last year and a half or so, so sort of big deal for me, I guess. Which was 10 PM till 6 AM, so not employed yet, but they seem pretty happy with me. But yeah, I'm pretty fucked right now, but I need to get this car working so I can actually use it to go to possible work. So yeah, let's try and get it done today, shall we? first things first, new gasket. So the old one there is pretty knackered, so it's going to come off. Also, I had an issue with these bolts here, where the bolt itself, or the screw, was coming out of the head, and we wanted the bolt, only the bolt. So you'd be trying to turn this to bring out this bolt here, but it'd be turning the entire screw. But luckily, again, Des has been to my rescue and helped me sort that out. But he's going to come around in a minute and make sure I do this right, because I don't want to break this. Well, I actually bought a replacement gasket when I thought I was going to just be replacing the stock manifold with another stock one. But you can see this is what the replacement one I bought looks like, and this is what the one that comes with the kit looks like. So this actually looks quite naff in comparison. This is a bit thinner, looks like it's made out of better material, so I'm going to be using this one instead, I think. There you go, ain't that pretty and thoroughly out of place. Just got got the lambda sensor in now, the oxygen sensor, which I left somewhere, and then start turning it all up. I love England. Okay, change of clothes. It rained and I kept working. I got very cold because I was working in some very wet clothes, but I've just put on the downpipe finally. I've tightened these bolts in the manifold as tight as I can tighten them, but I'm going to wait until Des comes back. He's got a big old wrench to make sure they're definitely on there. They aren't coming off, but got to make sure. You can see the downpipe is on, and the next bit is the cat. Back in the car now. Get the tarpaulin, gets fucking wet, and you can see that's how that's going to go on. Just get a gasket on there, some screws, and then it's just the back box and muffler tip to go. Still raining, but I've just put everything back together so I can test it. Everything's gone on sort of okay. I need to get a bit of wire and make sure the rest of it goes on okay later. It's a little bit broken right now. It's not broken, it's just not on massively properly. But yeah, this is going to be our first time starting it. Let's see what she's got. There's that misfire. Oh yeah. Okay guys, hello, first drive. I don't know what it sounds like at any sort of speed yet, apart from revving it on the drive, so I'm going to take it out now quickly and see how it sounds. Hopefully everything stays in place. This is the first time it's been moving for a while, so... Also, driving a fucking BMW the other day, that's weird thing low again. Lots of smoke as we predicted at the start there. Hope that should clear up as the tar warms up. This is also like a will everything stay on the car test as well. Like, there are some bits that aren't held on the best way, but hopefully I'll get to amend that stuff as time goes on. Listening at the moment, smelling to make sure nothing is horrendously wrong. We're getting up to temperature now, so I'll be able to have a little bit of a squeeze of the throttle soon. See how it sounds at full rev. So hopefully nothing falls apart. Just got a camera on that. Right, okay, let's see what it does. Pretty cool, it smells in here now though, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Everything is staying on the car, but I think there's an exhaust leak somewhere. Probably around here, getting a bit in the cabin. It might even be the manifold. So we'll have another look at that when we get back, but it sounds good otherwise, doesn't it? I actually forgot to do an outro for this video, so here I am like 2 weeks later with different hair because it's been cut, etc. But yeah, the exhaust leak that I thought that I smelt while driving for the first time was actually a thing. The bolts between the manifold and the downpipe weren't quite tightened properly, so I went back and did that. There's also a small leak coming from the cat pipe onto the silencer, which I again have sorted out now, so the exhaust is completely leak free. Haven't driven with it for about a week. It's a pretty nice exhaust, I've got to say. Like, it's not obnoxiously loud, which is what I really didn't want from the exhaust. And I have seen a little bit of performance gain, especially down low, especially down in like before about 4,000 RPM. The car does pull a bit better now, so for any MX-5 people out there looking for a little bit of low end, a new exhaust might be a good, a good way to go. All in all, this cost me around £300 or so to do, so it wasn't cheap, and it did pretty much put me in my overdraft for quite a while. But overall, you know, it's improved the performance and sound of the car, and it makes driving it a little bit more fun. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that step-by-step video of me putting on my exhaust, ruining the old one, and then putting it on again. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, do all the good things, etc. And sorry there hasn't been much content recently. I've been going pretty mental and haven't really had any drive to make any sort of videos. But yeah, cheers for watching and have a good evening. Goodbye.